This is the Bubbly Knit Lace Shawl. This is a top-down increasing triangle knit lace shawl with a gorgeous all-over medallion pattern and coordinating scalloped edging. I love how these medallions look like the effervescent bubbles of champagne or sparkling water. Because it is a top-down construction, you can use any weight yarn you like to make this. Just make it as long as you want. I used number 2 sport weight yarn and a size US 8 5mm circular set of knitting needles, 24 inches or longer. We're going to start by casting on 17 stitches. First, you want to make a slip knot and slide that onto your needle. That counts as our first stitch. And then leaving the tail in front and the working yarn behind, we're going to wrap the tail around our thumb and pull a loop of the working yarn through the loop on the thumb. That's casting on a second one. I'm going to do that a total of 17 times. Okay, we now have 17 stitches. Okay, our first row is a wrong side row. You want to be mindful that you knit with the working yarn and not the tail. And this first row begins with knit 1, place a marker, knit 7, place a marker, knit 1, place a marker, knit 7, place a marker, and knit 1. I used a different colored marker at the end of this row because it was a wrong side row, so that it will always be the reminder at the beginning of a right side row, which is where we'll be following the chart. So let me show you the chart before we go any further, because we will be following the chart for the remainder of this pattern. Okay, so here's the chart, and we'll start with row 1. Let's start with the actually, let's start with the key. Here's the key for the chart first. So when the square is blank, it means to knit on the right side or purl on the wrong side. When there's a dot in the center of the square, that means to purl on the right side or knit on the wrong side. This is a yarn over, knit 2 together, slip, slip, knit, knit 3 together, slip 1, knit 2 together, pass the slip stitch over, slip 2 as if to knit 2 together, knit 1, pass 2 slip stitches over. This is a right side increase, and this is the left side increase. Then we have slip 3 as if to knit 3 together, knit 2 together, and pass the 3 slip stitches over. This red square indicates the pattern repeat. This is slip 3 stitches purlwise with yarn in front, take yarn to back, slip same 3 stitches to left needle, and then knit 3. And this symbol stands for knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, all in the same stitch. Okay, so now let's go back to the chart, and we can look at row 1 here. It's yarn over, knit 2, then we're going to slip those 3 stitches, wrap them, and knit them, knit 2 stitches, and yarn over. So that's per repeat. This is a top-down triangle shawl, so there are 2 repeats per row. Now I'll explain that with the shawl as well. Okay, so we have our, again, this is 2 repeats. So based on these stitch markers, we have our selvage edge, our center corner, and our selvage edge on each side of those stitch markers. In this section here and this section here, each represent 1 repeat of the chart. Okay, so now we'll go back and work that second row of the pattern, and that's going to be knit 1, slip the marker, yarn over, knit 2, then slip the yarn to the front of the work, slip the next 3 stitches to the right hand needle purlwise with yarn in front, then move the yarn to the back of the work again, slip those 3 stitches back to the left hand needle, and now with that yarn wrapped around all 3 of them, we'll just knit each of those 3 stitches. Okay, so they're just wrapped underneath. Then it's knit 2 and yarn over. That is what we saw on the chart. Then we'll slip the marker, knit our center selvage stitch, slip the marker, then repeat the chart one more time, which is yarn over, knit 2, move the yarn to the front, slip the next 3 stitches purlwise, move the yarn to the back, slip those 3 stitches back to the left hand needle, knit 3, then knit 2, yarn over. Now we've completed both repeats of row 1 of the chart, slip the marker, and knit the last stitch. Row 2 and all even numbered rows are to just knit each stitch across. That means you're knitting each stitch and each yarn over separately as individual stitches, and just simply knit across for every even numbered row. This is row 2. Okay, now let's read row 3 on the chart. Row 3 for the repeat is yarn over, knit 1, knit 3 together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, all in the same stitch, yarn over, slip 1, knit 2 together, pass the slip stitch over, knit 1, and yarn over. And we're going to repeat that for both repeats. Okay, so row 3, knit 1, slip the marker, yarn over, knit 1, knit 3 together, yarn over, then knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, all in the next stitch. So it's knit 1, do not drop that stitch off the left hand needle yet though, yarn over and knit into it again. So we've made 3 stitches out of 1, yarn over, then it's slip 1 knitwise, knit the next 2 stitches together, and pass that slip stitch over, knit 1, and yarn over. That's 1 repeat of the chart. Then knit the center stitch, slip the marker, and then we'll repeat the chart once more, yarn over, knit 1, knit 3 together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, all in the same stitch, yarn over, slip 1 knitwise, knit the next 2 stitches together, pass the slip stitch over, knit 1, yarn over, slip marker, and knit 1. Then row 4 is to simply knit across. Okay, now we're up to row 5 of the chart. It's yarn over, knit 3 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, all in the same stitch, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, slip 1, knit 2 together, pass the slip stitch over, and yarn over. And you'll repeat that for both chart sections of the shawl. Let's do that with the yarn now. This is row 5, it's knit 1, slip the marker, yarn over, knit 3 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit one, yarn over, knit one, all in the same stitch, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, slip the next 2 stitches knitwise separately to the right hand needle, then knit them together with the left hand needle, yarn over, slip the next stitch knitwise, knit the next 2 together, pass the slip stitch over, yarn over, then slip the marker, knit the center stitch, slip the marker, then we'll repeat the chart once again, yarn over, knit 3 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, all in the next stitch, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, slip 1, knit 2 together, pass the slip stitch over, yarn over, slip the marker, and knit 1. And then row 6, just knit across. Okay, row 7 starts, this is for the chart section. Row 7 is yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over. So now let's do row 7 with our yarn. Row 7 begins with a knit 1 and slip the marker. Now we'll refer to the chart, and it's yarn over, knit 2 together 3 times, yarn over, knit 1, then it's yarn over, slip, slip, knit 3 times, yarn over, then slip the marker, knit the center stitch, slip the marker, and then we'll repeat the chart once more, yarn over, knit 2 together times 3, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit times 3, yarn over, slip the marker, and knit 1. Then row 8 is just to knit straight across. All right, let's look at row 9 on the chart. Row 9 starts with, or not, the row doesn't start with, the repeat of the chart. Yarn over, knit 2, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, slip 2, knit 1, pass slip stitch over, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, knit 2, yarn over. So now let's do that with our yarn for row 9. Row 9 begins with a knit 1, slip the marker, yarn over, knit 2, yarn over, knit 2 together times 2, yarn over, slip the next 2 stitches knitwise to the right hand needle, knit the next stitch, pass the 2 slip stitches over, yarn over, slip, slip, knit times 2, yarn over, knit 2, yarn over, slip the marker, knit 1, slip the marker, yarn over, knit 2, yarn over, knit 2 together times 2, yarn over, slip the next 2 stitches knitwise to the right hand needle, knit the next stitch, pass the 2 slip stitches over, yarn over, slip, slip, knit times 2, yarn over, knit 2, yarn over, slip the marker, and knit 1. And then row 10 is just to simply knit straight across. Okay, now let's read row 11 on the chart. It starts with a yarn over, knit 2, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, knit 2, and yarn over. Notice how we're alternating the knit 2 togethers and the slip, slip knits to opposite sides of the medallion now. So now we'll do row 11 with our yarn, and we'll start with a knit 1, knit 1, slip the marker, yarn over, knit 2, then it's slip, slip, knit, yarn over 3 times, knit 1, then it's yarn over, knit 2 together 3 times, knit 2, yarn over, slip the marker, knit 1, slip the marker, then we'll repeat the chart for row 11 once more, yarn over, knit 2, sorry, then it's slip, slip, knit, yarn over 3 times, knit 1, yarn over, knit 2 together 3 times, knit 2, yarn over, slip marker, whoops, and knit 1. And then row 12 is to simply knit across, okay, now let's look at row 13 on the chart. Row 13 on the chart for the charted section starts with yarn over, knit 4, right increase, knit 1, which is a combination. I'll show you when we get there. Yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, decrease 4. I'll show you how to do that when we get there. Yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1 left increase. Those are done together. Knit 4 and yarn over. This has a 5 underneath it because we're using 5 stitches, but the stitch itself is called a decrease 4. And we'll do it when I show you with the yarn. So now let's do row 13 with the yarn. Okay, row 13 starts with knit 1, slip the marker, yarn over, knit 4, okay, then a right increase is to insert your knitting needle into the yarn over space below the stitch, pick up and knit a stitch there, and then knit the next stitch. So a right increase is increasing to the right of the next stitch you're about to work. Then it's yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, then the decrease 4 is worked by slipping the next 3 stitches knitwise, knitting the next 2 stitches together, then passing those 3 slip stitches up and over the last stitch, being mindful that you don't pick up the yarn over with it. Then it's yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, then a left increase, so we're going to knit the next stitch and then pick up and knit in the yarn over below it. Knit 4, yarn over, slip the marker, knit the center stitch, slip the marker, and then we'll repeat 13 of the chart once again. Yarn over, knit 4, right increase is to pick up and knit into the yarn over space below the next stitch, then knit the next stitch, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, and then yarn over, decrease 4, which means we're going to slip the next 3 stitches knitwise, knit the next 2 stitches together, pass the 3 slip stitches up and over and off the needle, being careful not to grab the yarn over while you're at it, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, left increase, so we're going to knit the next stitch, then knit, pick up and knit into the yarn over below it, knit 4, yarn over, slip the marker, and knit 1. For row 14, we're simply going to knit each stitch across. Let's look at row 15 on the chart. Yarn over, knit 7, right increase and knit 1, yarn over, decrease 4, yarn over, knit 1 with a left increase, then knit 7 and yarn over. Let's do that for row 15 of the shawl now. Okay, so row 15 starts with a knit 1, slip the marker, yarn over, knit 7, then right increase, so we're picking up and knitting into the yarn over before we knit the next stitch. Then it's yarn over and decrease 4, which is to slip the next 3 stitches knitwise to your right hand needle, knit the next 2 stitches together, pass the 3 slip stitches up and over the last stitch and off the needle, yarn over, then left increase, which is to knit the next stitch, then pick up and knit in the yarn over below it, knit 7, yarn over, slip the marker, knit the center stitch, slip the marker, and then we'll repeat the chart for row 15 once again. Yarn over, knit 7, right increase, pick up and knit into the yarn over below, and then knit the next stitch. Then decrease 4 is yarn over and decrease 4, so it's yarn over, then slip the next 3 stitches knitwise to the right hand needle, knit the next 2 stitches together, pass the 3 slip stitches up, over, and off the needle, yarn over, left increase is knit the next stitch, and then pick up and knit into the yarn over below it, knit 7, yarn over, slip marker, and knit 1. And then row 16 is to simply knit each stitch across. Okay, at the end of row 16, we've now completed 1 full repeat of the pattern, and you can see we have a beautiful medallion on each side of the center. So now let's go back to the chart. So the good news is you've learned all the stitches that you'll need for this pattern now. So now, as the pattern continues to grow on each side of the center so that each side of the triangle continues to grow, in the next repeat, we'll have 2 medallions. And then after that, you'll continue adding 1 more medallion as you go. So let's read row 17, and then let's read it as we'll be repeating the subsequent repeats of rows 17 to 32. So the first time we do it, it's going to be yarn over, knit 2, then wrap those 3 stitches before knitting them, then knit 13, then wrap 3 stitches before knitting them, knit 2, and yarn over. And that'll be on either side of your 2 side selvage stitches and your center selvage stitch. So then you'll repeat just as it's written for rows 17 to 32, but each subsequent repeat of rows 17 to 32 are always going to have 1 more medallion than the previous one. And so how you repeat that row 33 or the first repeat of row 17 will be knit or yarn over, knit 2, wrap 3 and then knit them, knit 13, then repeat in that 16 stitch repeat box once more, wrap 3, knit 13, then wrap 3 to knit those 3, knit 2, and yarn over. And then on the following subsequent repeat of it, it'll be yarn over, knit 2, wrap 3 to knit them, then knit 13, repeat that 3 times, then wrap 3 to knit them, knit 2, and yarn over. So you'll just be continuing to repeat this one more time in each repeat of the 16 row repeat. It's a 16 stitch repeat and a 16 row repeat. So then you're going to continue on in the pattern, repeating rows 17 to 32 6 times, adding one more 16 stitch repeat on each side each time, and you'll have 241 stitches. The following row is to just simply do an increase of the knit 1, yarn over, knit to marker, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit to last stitch, yarn over, knit 1, so that we can get a multiple of 5 stitches. You'll need a multiple of 5 stitches to do the edging, and this is also great because it's a top-down construction shawl. You may use any weight yarn, so you might do a different number of repeats of the pattern. So however you do it, just make sure that when you're ready to start the edging row, you have a multiple of 5 stitches on that last row. And then I can show you how to do the edging, and we won't need our stitch markers anymore here either. So the edging starts with knit 2, yarn over twice, knit 2 together, knit 1. And our repeat for row 1 is knit 2, yarn over twice, knit 2 together, knit 1. And you're going to repeat this all the way across. Okay, now we're ready for row 2 of the edging, and that starts with knit 2. Then we've come to our double yarn over. See how there's 2 wraps on the needle? We're going to be dropping one of those wraps in the process of working 5 stitches into this double yarn over. It's going to be knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1. So I knit 1, and I drop the second wrap usually around that time, then move the yarn to the front to purl into it as well, then move the yarn to the back to knit into it, then yarn to the front to purl into it, and then yarn in the back to knit into it. So from that 1 yarn over, we did knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, and then dropped the yarn over off the needle, knit 2. And our repeat for this row is knit 2, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and knit 1, all into that double yarn over, and drop the second wrap off, knit 2. So we're going from a 5 stitch repeat to a 9 stitch repeat on row 2, and you just want to repeat this all the way across. Knit 2, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1 in the double yarn over, making sure you drop the extra wrap as you go, knit 2. And you just want to repeat that all the way across. And then for rows 3 and 4, you just want to knit all the way across. And our 5th and final row of the edging is to do a picot bind off. And how we do that is by knit casting on 3 stitches. So you're going to insert your needle as if to knit in the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and slide it onto the left hand needle. That's knit cast on 1. Do it again, knit cast on 2, and 3 for knit cast on 3. So we knit cast on 3 stitches, and now we'll bind off 6. So in order to bind off 6, you knit 2 to bind off 1, knit again to bind off 2, knit again to bind off 3, knit again to bind off 4, knit again to bind off 5, and knit again to bind off 6. Okay, slide the stitch back to the left hand needle, and then knit cast on 3, and then bind off 6. Always need to knit 2 to bind off the first one. Bind off 2, bind off 3, bind off 4, bind off 5, and bind off 6. Then slip your yarn back to the left hand needle to begin again, and our repeat is knit cast on 3, and then bind off 6. You want to repeat this all the way across until you're left with 1 stitch remaining, then knit cast on 3 and bind off the remaining stitches. Follow the link in the video description to get the pattern with chart to make this absolutely gorgeous bubbly knit lace shawl pattern.